We're going to start the Town of Sangerville Board of Selectmen special meeting, April 10th, 2018, and it's 5:01. We'll start with Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with item 2 now, a review of the treasurer's warrants, accounts payable number 42, 43, and 44.
Make a motion to approve accounts payable 42, 43, 44.
Second.
All in favor? It's unanimous. Open session? Chris, did you want to speak?
No, I'm good.
Okay. New business appointments. Really, shouldn't we have elected chairman first?
Do you want to do that first? Sure.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of assumptive of me yapping away over here.
Okay, we'll go.
So.
We'll take out of order.
All right, let's do that.
We'll go B,
B.
chairman election.
I make a motion to elect Mike Wark as chairman.
Second.
I just, thank you. And I'm happy to do it. But if my feeling is, I had my turn. If either of you would like to do it, I'd be happy to have either of you do it. So.
I appreciate that.
I make a motion nomination cease.
No further discussion?
Thanks for the discussion.
Okay, we'll vote.
We'll vote.
It's 2-0. Thank you very much. Back to A, appointments.
So you have a listing there of all the appointments that I've been working on. I also gave you the laws
Okay.
that basically it says under town manager plan, I have to do all the department heads. So
Yep.
basically your responsibilities are boards and committees, and I did put emergency management director in there for you as well. So, but I have done or will be doing everybody else. So that's what you have. I've been researching the Board of Appeals and the Planning Board. Luckily, Jerry keeps good notes for the Planning Board, so he had everybody's expirations. Nobody kept any records on Appeals Board, so I have no idea when anybody is elected. We do have an Appeals Board ordinance, not elected but appointed. And they're 3-year terms. They're not just a standing term.
Right.
So,
And no one has been appointed for at least 2 years. We didn't appoint anybody last year.
we did Virginia Wark last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Just for 1 year?
Just for 1 year.
Oh.
So I've put her in for a 3-year. I talked to Irving. He remembers that he went on the appeals board when he was done being a town selectman, so that was 13. So he's only a 1 year now, so he'll be finishing
okay.
that. And Rick Pellerin, when I talked to him, he thought he was appointed in 2007, so I counted that, and that gave him a 2-year from today's date. So we have a 1, a 2, and a 3-year. Cynthia Hall and I don't remember who the last one is, but I've got 2 other.
On the appeals board?
Yeah.
So when,
Brian Campbell, I talked to him. He was listed as chairman. He said he's resigned a long time ago.
I was gonna say.
So, yeah. So
When you say you need 2 more, are you counting Cynthia Hall as being on or no?
no, I'm waiting to hear back from her. I sent
Okay.
her an email. I'm waiting to hear back from her if she wants to stay on. Paul Davis is the other one that's on the appeals board.
Oh.
And so those 2 I have sent emails, and so we'll have to do appointments for those at a later date.
Is your planning board still the same? Is it Matt
Yeah.
Bell and
Blaine.
Blaine and
Chummy
And
Hill Artman is an
Chummy is
alternate.
on the planning board?
Yeah.
Yeah, he took my spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Jerry Blaine,
Lee.
Lee.
Wiley.
Are there any
Chummy.
previous planning board members Because to
Yes.
me, a planning board background would be an advantage to be on the appeals board.
Patty Davis was on the planning board when I first went on, and there was another woman, I can't think of her name, an older woman.
It may not be possible, but
Right.
it just seems like a.
Right, but Patty Davis, she's.
But
Husband
can she
and
be
wife,
on with?
husband and wife
Oh,
cannot, that,
oh,
and
oh.
according to the ordinance, they
Oh,
can't
right,
both
right,
be
right.
on.
That would make sense.
Right.
And the appeals board, I mean, really, they don't have to do anything unless something.
Unless somebody appeals.
Correct.
Typically, it's an assessment issues usually.
Yeah, or some,
Something,
I mean, we
yeah.
don't have zoning, so we kind of stay out of those thorny issues,
Right.
Just
but.
maybe like Matt Bell, or any of those that are on it.
Well, I don't think you can be on the
On
planning
both.
board and on the appeals board.
But Irving is on the appeals, and on the road committee,
Correct.
which is different.
But
Sure.
quite often your appeal is gonna be
Yeah, yeah,
something the planning
about
board did.
planning board
Correct.
ruling.
But if it'd be assessing, it wouldn't be.
No, it wouldn't in that case,
Right.
but
He could be an alternate. You can have 5 members and 3 alternates, what they call an associate member, according to your ordinance.
I wonder if somebody like, Diane McCarthy Clark,
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
yeah, she'd be
she's,
ideal.
has stayed out up till now because she's still working and, but that might be somebody.
It's not a real demanding
No.
board normally, they don't meet
Right.
very often.
Right, so that may be, I think she'd be very good for that.
Okay.
Okay, so do we need anybody else?
If Paul and Cynthia say yes, that they want to stay on, if Diane wants to stay, that gives you your 5, but you need 3 alternates.
Keith, Guile,
Okay, fine.
he would probably do that, appeals board.
Okay,
I wouldn't be surprised. He does the school committee.
yeah,
I could ask him.
yep.
So we're kind of waiting on that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have this, I gave you a list of all of these that you will be doing tonight.
So we just roll these all in one.
Yeah, I would make a motion. That's how I would do it. And it's just, what you want to make sure we accept that
Yeah.
one.
Alright, so you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Make a motion that we appoint Virginia Wark for a 3-year term to the appeal board, Joe Chadbourne for a 3-year term on the Park and Rec Committee, Joseph Rotano Senior, 1-year alternate member to Recreation Park Committee, Pam Smith to a 3-year term to Abby Fowler Committee, Gerald Jackson, 2-year term to Planning Board, Blaine Newt, 3-year term to Planning Board, Irving McNaughton, 1-year term to Appeals Board, Rick Pellerin, 3-year term to Budget Committee and 2-year term to Appeals Board, George Newt, 1-year alternate member to Budget Committee, Jeff Willie Senior, 1-year term to Emergency Management Director, Lois Jones, 1-year term Town Manager, Tax Collector, Treasurer, Local Health Officer, Road Commissioner, Superintendent of Cemeteries, General Assistance Administrator, Public Access Officer, E911 Director, Matthew Bell, 1-year alternate member to the Economic Development Committee.
I'll make a second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Congratulations to all those that were appointed.
Did you send those in here?
So we can sign all these. We'll do that. On to item C, winter plowing contract.
So I'm bringing it to you because I signed his last year for 1 year, but because it was approved at town meeting that the Board of Selectmen enter into the contract, you have to sign that. Chris and I were just speaking about it, a few things that he asked that we adjust. He wanted an opt-out clause in there so that after the 1 year, if he decides he doesn't want to do the 2 and 3 year, that he can let us know there's a date by June 1st that we have to be informed if he changes his mind and to do the years 2 and 3. we added in, on the order of priority for parking lots, the here and there, and the others, the other parking lots will be when it's done. And the priority on the snow sidewalks is according to whatever the town policy was, which sidewalks, and within 48 hours after a storm. So, what else, was that it that we added?
And to make sure the storm drains on Main Street
Yeah,
clean.
yeah, the storm drain that's right in front of the Redemption Center, to keep that cleaned out, because if we get rain and it doesn't flow, it flooded the Redemption Center, and he wasn't very happy, and I don't blame him. And I talked to Jeremy at MDOT, and he said he will give us a sheet, guidelines on how to care for those drains in the wintertime. So. And I added years 2 and 3. His bid was all the same price, so that's what we did. I think your original motion said with the option for years 2 and 3. So I think you might want to have it to say we will do 2 and 3.
Okay.
Do you want to read it for us?
My only question, and I know I asked Warren in a meeting, if we did sell is there anything, so if we do sell the Abbey Fowler and that parking lot is eliminated?
No, but I can add that.
I mean, I have no idea what that would mean, you know what I mean, dollar value wise, but our intent is to not have to plow that next year. So,
Well, I would question whether we need to plow it anyway. I mean, it basically becomes a community parking lot. With the exception of town meeting, we don't really need it plowed. It's nice to have it for town meeting.
I was told they kept it plowed because if you have to remove snowbanks and stuff and you need someplace to put it, that's where they put it, the snow.
That was just last year, and that was the only time they
Yeah.
ever put snow there.
And if you sell it,
okay.
that's not gonna happen ever again.
That's true
Right.
too, so.
Right.
So,
Get
I
in
mean,
the habit.
we don't really need it plowed at all unless, I'm wondering, I'm speculating, do we need to plow
What if it's on fire or something? Well, if it's on fire. I mean, I
it?
don't.
Should
Burn, baby.
be, it should be the safest place in town.
It's right next
honestly,
to the fire
I
department.
don't know what's gonna burn. It's a concrete
Yeah,
floor
okay.
with brick walls.
No, I
and
don't know
metal.
whether, just
There's nothing
public.
in it. I mean,
Right, okay, just for.
No
access.
electricity,
Okay.
no,
There's
what?
no moving parts.
There'll be no junk cars parked there if we don't
Right.
plow it.
that's the other.
Yeah,
And honestly,
True.
I have got a complaint about us plowing that.
really?
Yeah, from residents that live on that road, they wanna know why everybody else gets their driveway plowed and theirs don't. And I said, well, we don't plow driveways. Well, no, but you plow that parking lot and everybody around there, that's their driveway, so.
That's true. That is a
So-
true statement. They do park there.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's, and why would we facilitate that?
Right,
So, that's kind of,
so.
now, if come the end of the beginning of March, we're gonna have a meeting, maybe get the loader out and clear out a space so people can park up there for town meeting, but or if we had an emergency meeting, we could clean it out. But I don't think there's a reason to plow it all winter.
my glass is way fuller than yours. I'm really hoping we're not gonna hold it to worry about it.
Well, yeah, no, that's a whole different story. Once we don't own it, obviously we don't plow it, but I don't know that we need to plow it anyway, so.
So then that's null and void, that parking lot, right from the get-go.
Well, but his bid still holds for that, so you'd have to negotiate.
You'd have to, yeah, see what you want to adjust to it,
Okay.
honestly.
So does it need to be revised, the bid?
What's the parking lot worth?
Well,
You wanna think about it, we can sign it tomorrow, or whatever.
Yeah, we're pretty much, we're pretty good, I think, for the balance of this year, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this doesn't really count till fall.
Right.
right.
But yeah, you can, if you wanna talk to Warren about it.
If you go through the list of parking lots, there has been one that's been omitted,
Oh, which one?
Town Bridge.
Oh,
Whoopsie.
okay, so
It's a wash.
it's a,
So balls in your court.
Yeah, I don't
Wash.
know.
whoa,
Is that a wash?
yeah, but that needs to be revised then.
Yeah, no, we've gotta write it out,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll rework that a little bit.
You could tell me that like 40 minutes ago?
No,
You didn't ask me.
it wasn't a question 20 minutes ago.
Okay, so we'll,
We
do
get it.
you wanna table this?
We'll table it.
Yes.
I think we probably should.
All right, I'm good with that.
I would rather have it so everybody's 3-year term, I'd rather soon have it all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All,
Everybody,
yeah,
not,
We probably should.
no
read it.
notations.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Right?
yeah, that would be
And
better.
just-
Get it finalized, if you could email it to us, we could read it.
Yeah,
Yes.
just proofread it.
Sorry.
Okay, we'll table that.
All right, we'll,
But if there is
Okay.
somebody up to Public Works that plows that, and Abby Fowler has been eliminated, then we can adjust, reduce by not plowing that.
but if there's nobody in Public Works, and that was kind of the point of,
Then
Right.
things will kind of fall into place.
okay.
At
We'll
the end of
talk.
this year was, we did okay not really having, our only issue with needing Public Works was to plow the parking lots.
And we plowed a little bit at the town garage, not much, just what we needed
To get to
to
your
get
sand.
into the sand.
Yeah, yeah.
But under the same scenario, what else would we need? What different, you know what I mean? If we're not gonna get the trucks out to plow, we're not gonna plow any roads. So I
You
mean,
know, be a few passes in front of the doors, keep the snow from
Sure.
building up.
I think that's all,
Yeah.
But you don't have to spend
Right.
3 hours every day after
No.
a storm cleaning the yard.
I
Right,
think that's, yeah.
You know, no, it won't be spotless all the time, but it'll be
Yeah.
accessible.
Right.
Correct. I mean, you gotta get the loader in and out, so you gotta plow in front of the door anyway, so.
And you guys are the ones that are using it mostly in the wintertime.
Next year, they will be the only
Yep.
using it.
I just wanna say how much I appreciate they were willing to work with me, because there were times when I couldn't get into my parking lot. And I would call Chris and they would make it happen.
Make it so, yeah.
After, yeah, there was one day I waited quite a while and I was really irritated.
Oh, and I heard a lot of good things about in-town plowing this year, but I know last year it was almost flipped a coin. There was quite a fair amount of complaining about the in-town, so I didn't hear any this year.
Overall, I didn't have a lot of complaints, I mean, dozen or less,
We had that in a week last year,
yeah.
Yes,
every week.
but there was, anyway. Yeah.
But, yeah,
Another story.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll table that, work out the details.
yeah.
D, cemetery deed. Brian and Winifred Hackett. Village Cemetery, Section 4, Plot 11, Lot 61.
I have that, so I need a motion to accept that deed.
I'll make a motion to accept the cemetery deed.
Second.
Those in favor? Unanimous?
And just a little brief synopsis on this village cemetery. I don't know if the section 4 that we're talking about is the right side of the pit road, and it's all the other cemeteries, we have maps where it shows each of the plots. This particular section is not all mapped. I do have a map for this section. This first section, there's 3 sections in this section 4. And when I talked to Dick Pansiera, there are pins up there, but David has a hard time finding them. They're buried underneath, and so did we talk about this
Yes,
already?
yes.
Oh, never mind then. Shut me
Yes.
up.
No, we just
I was
talked
hoping you
about
were
gonna
gonna
say-
tell me you got a plan about if we were gonna
Yeah.
remeasure it. You remember there was a question about the width of the,
Of the
Of the
new,
pins?
of the new,
They're 10 by 20. The plots are 10 by 20. And what do you want to remeasure?
wasn't there something about
the concrete
the vaults?
vaults that are now larger.
As far as my understanding is, they sell 4 per, but the ones that are already there.
Well, the new design, or the current design, is not the same as the original design,
Right.
so
Yeah, I
our
haven't talked with
basis of our
David.
measure might be off. I think, wasn't it George that was sharing that with us?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, my only concern about that is I think we need to find out more details, cause I don't wanna keep selling plots. and then find out.
We don't have enough room.
Right, if we need to
We're
start
getting-
make them a little bit wider or whatever, we're gonna lose a spot somewhere.
Right.
Right,
So somebody may not be able to be in the right spot.
right.
And then.
And they may own it.
That's right, that's right.
Right,
That's
we
right.
may be selling something that we can't really
Twice.
sell.
So this is plot 2, so we've already sold all in one?
No, this
or
is
not?
this is the first
Section
one.
4.
Section 4, but that section 4 is divided into 3 sections. So this is the
Section
first
4
one.
is on the right side of
Yeah.
the pit road. Oh, okay, so that's all of section 4.
That's
I just
summer
would hate to
project.
have a conversation with somebody after the fact.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's all. Well, I think actually, both sides of the cemetery, I don't know if we need to keep those under old business, or if we just need something for a board with them on there, so we'll keep them all in front of us.
Yeah,
Because I think we do have a fair amount of projects this year, that,
we have a lot of projects.
so we can keep them all in there.
We doing cemetery?
Yeah.
We'll move to E, affidavit to correct government record, 2017 commitment documents.
So in the process of doing our, getting ready to send out tax liens for the 2017 taxes, we realized that the documents that were created through the commitment process were listing Alvina as tax collector and treasurer. So this is to correct it and put me in as tax collector and treasurer. And there are 4 spots that need signature on this. And then we have to resubmit it to the state.
Okay. Is this just a sign, or do you need a motion?
No, just a sign, it's
Okay.
fine.
Under municipal assessors.
Yeah. Two on that page.
That was, okay, got it. There you go.
Request for additional agenda items. With that, we'll go to item 6, executive session. A, can I read, yep, 1 Maine Revised Statute, 405-6A, Lois Jones. It is 5:25.
Time for me to leave.
Yes, sir.
I need you
Oh,
seconded a vote to go into executive session, it is unanimous.